Fire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Welcome back to our final game of our final series of the day. Elimination is on the line for one of these teams, unfortunately, but one of the victors will get through the bracket here for ESL One Genting Group Stage. I'm Gareth, joined by Wagamama Raft.
And we're here with Vici Gaming and SG Esports. Both of them are at risk here of being eliminated. We had a pretty easy first game for Vici Gaming, but then a very dominant second game by SG Esports with we're a little bit shaky perhaps in the first few minutes of the laning stage. I wouldn't say shaky perhaps, but not dominant. But then it was all SG Esports for the rest of the game. There was a slight glimpse of moment where Vici could do something. They tried as hard as they could, but it did not work out for them. SG controlled it, played disciplined, and they showed they want to win. They do not want to get knocked out. Not going to make a mistake and get knocked out on that. And we're going to see the same first pick that we have seen, I believe, 4 times or something today. That is the Bane coming out first from SG Esports.
We finally get to see this,
into the combo. Wow.
I mean, like Clockwork's been banned, or SF's been banned, or Clockwork's ignored. We finally get the SF Clockwork coming out, but...
Or teams simply don't want to do it in the first phase, but we're going to see it straight away here. It is quite hard to lane against, even for favorable matchups against Shadow Fiend. When he has that damage from the souls, it can be really difficult. Of course, for anyone who is not familiar, the Power Hog use allows him to come to a lane with easily around 10, 12, 13 souls, depends how well you do it, how much you do it. The downside is, when you do this trick, you're actually going to stand in base for a while. So you're conceding a little bit of momentum on the map in the first few minutes. And you're not going to be contesting the runes as hard. Quite often you give up 3 runes or so. But that's easily worth advantage of. They go for the same combination they had in the previous game.
Bane, Beastmaster.
Bane and Beastmaster. And against the Shadow Fiend, not a dumb concept. Because very often he does go for the BKB.
Yeah.
Very often he wants to be that center of the team fight, standing there reliably and doing whatever he wants. But he's going to get locked down quite simply now.
A little bit. They've got some stuns, and Wagamama sees no heroes.
All my heroes have purchased Shadow Blades, and apparently I have no detection on my drafting screen.
4 Rickies have been picked.
Ricky cosplays everywhere. It's the Galaxy Battles.
I mean, honestly, if you pick up Bane Beastmaster and it helped your confidence in game 2, you know, coming back from a game 1 loss like we saw them happen against Gaming, and then game 2, just it felt like a completely different team. You know, they went from timid and falling behind in lanes and weird item choices to everything was, you know, crisp and clean in game number 2, where everything was, you know, you were talking in the break a little bit how everything was almost predetermined, right? Thinking about how they're going to enter fights, what they're going to build in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, everything plan. So they know what to do with these 2 heroes and how to kind of synergize with the rest of the draft. And it's a nice opener as well. It's got plenty of branches to come out from.
You know what I want to talk about a little bit? Just a minor thing. Well, it could be a major thing as well. That's why I want to mention it. It's that last game, Platinum was back. This game, Fenrir.
Interesting.
And they are at a LAN, so they could obviously do it from whichever computer. I'm sure they're huddled up and together as a team anyway. But it normally makes the difference who's sitting down and who's hovering over someone else's shoulder. What I'm trying to say here is Fenrir is in charge of this draft, whereas Lanham was in the previous one.
Yeah.
Normally, changing drafter is seen as a little bit of a warning sign. That's not necessarily always a good thing. Very seldom good things come out of it, or it's a result of a bad thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can pull up some strong strategy here. And
I feel like Lanham does this quite often. I don't know like the consequences whether it's bad, but it definitely feels like one of those things where he's tapped Fenrir at the end of the game and gone, "Hey, dude, I picked myself support brewmaster. Don't do that again." So he's like,
friends, don't let friends pick support brewmaster.
Absolutely. So he's just gone, "You take it. I'll tell you what to pick, but you pick my hero." Just make sure that happens.
Yeah, that's one way of seeing it. Either way, as we head into this draft, I think both teams have the beginnings of solid drafts. Again, when you pick Beastmaster, you ban out Wind Wyvern, makes a lot of sense. The Arc Warden is Respect Band, and the Tinker in this game actually being respected. Well, Tiny is being picked third game in a row, Young 11. He enjoys playing the hero, does not see that was the issue. Was the issue.
5 seconds.
Tried to play in a little bit of a way that their heroes were fit to do, able to do.
They kind of disabled themselves almost.
Admiral Kunkka.
Game, but Kunkka again. SG just continue like if broken, fix it.
Well, at some point
they do have to change something.
It does have to get changed. See what they're gonna change for. I believe that
10 seconds remaining.
Even EA could be played. I know Shadow Fiend with souls can be a scary. Bane with damage. Definitely play it. And I know that 40.
Do we look for some kind of save mechanism here for Vici Gaming? Because again, with the like Bane Beastmaster Kunkka that you mentioned, so much control. They had SD last game, which worked to an extent, but you go like hardcore save here with like an Oracle or a Dazzle, or
yeah, they did play the Oracle in the first game, but then they had at least semi instead of the Darkseer. Sure, they want to go for that. They could go for a Dazzle. That fit quite well stereotypically with the Shadow Fiend lineup.
What about a Warlock?
Warlock is also really strong in this. One of the highest value cost and output from the spell. Level 2 heal is 100 HP or damage. On level 2 spell with long range.
A little bit crazy.
It is insane. It's
I mean,
actually... But Rubik is going to be the one.
Definitely could have seen like a Lanham Warlock come out, against Beastmaster, against Kunkka, Bane, that kind of reset with the Golem, but also the Fatal Bonds would be nice. But Rubik is going to be stealing spells and using them back against the heroes that are throwing it into the mix. So
that's what we saw from Z-Freak. He was stealing some nice spells from him. The Brain Sap is actually... The difference is Rubik then has 2 damage spells that he direct throws at the enemy.
With the aura.
With no cast time at all. Yeah, the Brain Sap at least does not get amplified, but...
is it magic damage or not?
Yeah, exactly. So it's only magical damage that will be changed. But still, the level of burst damage. Also, interesting interaction on Rubik. If you steal the X marks, say for instance, Kunkka X marks himself, walks down for a Tidebringer hit, and Rubik steals X mark, then what happens? Well, whoever activates the X mark first is the only one that's... The other one will not.
Really?
Yes.
First come, first served.
Shout out to Matthew. And then
he knows.
He definitely knows. It is important though, because in some scenarios that is the difference between a core, maybe the most important core of the game, dying or living, and not everyone is familiar with these interactions. I bet you that I'm sure all 10 of these players are not familiar. Maybe the Rubik player himself.
SG set themselves up with a bit of a high ground push as we get later into the game. X mark onto Lifestealer, Rage hit the tower, get X mark back. You're all fine and dandy along with the Beastmaster. You've got plenty of attack speed as well. Ban on Medusa there. Little mid hero to kind of smooth out the carry possibilities from SG, because they definitely need something to duo carry with the Lifestealer against an
Yeah, that's why I was hinting earlier towards that quite fitting for
10 seconds
EA, but
remaining.
yeah, Medusa would definitely be more stable. She would be
5 seconds remaining.
see what they really want to go for here. It's not the easiest game though.
game to see what FD pick for them. Now deciding their ban for the lane of Vici Gaming. Assuming again that Young 11 does play the offlane Tiny, which kind of being the precedent set by it.
And for a mid-blade, those lines.
The EE mid TV, well, they banned TV. Removed from the
did.
game.
Oh, they just did.
No.
They banned it. No, they don't want that. All right. Gotcha.
They don't want mid TB. Okay, out of the window then.
Oh,
for now.
Viper.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Viper. I mean, what other options
5
are there? You want
remaining.
That's the thing. There are
mixed
not
damage?
too many good options here for that position. They could go for a taxi or a lifestealer, of course. Been banned out. Be a nice one. It has been banned in a lot of the other series. I believe it was. So either that or something. Queen against an SF. Really tough. It really can.
And then picking like a Razor or something into a mid matchup against stuff with Rubik and Clockwork. feels pretty-
Razor is tough with Tiny and Clock because they have the toss away, they have the cog, and then, as you said, they even have the lift.
You called the TA about halfway through the draft.
There it is.
There it is.
I mean, if
You have the response here. What counters this?
well, at this point,
10
they're going to pick
seconds
up
remaining.
their hard carry, and I think Void is
5
still quite good
seconds remaining.
because Void does quite well against the combination.
Tide Hunter.
You may
Oh,
now
they want to go
select
for
your
it
heroes.
that way. So Tiny is this time going to be
Okay.
the hard carry. They did the bamboozle. Something we
Right.
mentioned earlier this stream that there is a value in having these versatile heroes played either offlane. Picking the Tiny 3 games in a row, I didn't expect them to shift it up now.
Exactly. It's like 11's playing Tiny, 11's
And,
playing Tiny, 11's
You know,
playing
neither did SG. They banned out the Terrorblade, but bamboozled again. Here's the Tide Hunter.
Tiny.
So they want to tide against the Lifestealer, and they feel like Tiny is going to be a strong hard carry here, which it definitely could be. Tiny SF is not a bad combination of carries.
How's Avalanche against Refract?
It's good.
Is it 3 damage?
It's quite a few removals. I don't know
Okay.
exactly how many, but it removes quite a
That's
few.
a
I very
68
rarely
set. Look at
only
that.
get Avalanche. It's always just like Avalanche, toss combo, throw a tree, attack me, and it's
5
like, well, I
seconds
took a million
remaining.
different. I don't know.
I don't know
which
what
to-
cancelled it.
It's a lot.
Something along the line screwed me over.
Yeah, he's got the dark set for TA.
Is that quite new?
No, it's been around for a long time. It's just that it didn't exist on outside of Perfect World for a very long time. So it was one of those,
One of
pre-releases
the
in
sneaky set.
China only. But then it got released.
World.
Pay to win.
Pay to look pretty, yeah.
I mean, it goes well with the TA Immortals. Thematically, color scheme is yellow, side blades,
Goldy looking.
very gold.
Here we go, game 3. Match between the two squads. Vici Gaming, SG Esports. Young 11 there, the big fat tide, all ready to get into battle as we start off with, well, a bit of a misplay there. I think someone missed uphill onto the cog or something.
He only got 2 souls.
Yeah,
Normally, it's easier to do this if you middle, I feel, but though. I guess you want the Rubik attacks to land. You can get 4 if you do it perfectly. 3 is fine though. Ideally we want to get 3 every single time, and that's kind of cool. You can buy gloves of attack speed to do this faster as well. Then you can definitely get 4. But he needs to attack immediately. He waits a little bit on the first attack. That's why he's not getting 4. Like,
Yeah,
he has to trust that Rubik is attacking and click his attack.
Geez, well, while that's happening, we're not going to miss
Yep.
this. Young 11 is dropping here, Tide Hunter. A couple of hits from death. He gets
So
a salve. Is that
They-
salve wasted?
SG actually went for what I mentioned as well. As soon as the SF and clock was picked, you go abuse the fact that they're going to be standing in fountain, right? You know that that's happening. So you can always go out and contest really aggressively. But they did, and Tide did not pay attention to the fact that he has no team and there's nothing really going down other than this. So yeah, he has 14 souls, which is respectable.
Yeah.
He has 28 bonus damage. That is a
Perfectly
lot.
fine. And I think the best I've seen was like Complexity or something, where they have like a Bane hit and then Shadow Fiend's hit like lands exactly on top of the other hit. You can tell that they've practiced and trained it. Really nice. I think 15 or 16 is like the higher end. I think 17's the highest I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen Matt.
I've seen 18. It's definitely doable. You just need to do the Gloves of Haste trick and trust each other.
Trust each other.
Yeah.
The power of friendship.
Oh, SF, you instinctively want to hold the attack, right? Because you want to attack second. But if you stand farther away, you should always just attack as soon as... Okay, so protecting the SF. This is some next level focus on mid lane. Give him 28 bonus damage and then protect him with 2 supports on level 1. This poor 4DR TA dude, he's like, come on, I just wanna get some farm.
Come on, bro. Leave me alone.
Actually, the lane is going fine though, because he's already pushing, and that means he's gonna get some. No matter what they do right now, he is gonna be fine. Mid lane is, I'm not gonna call it a wash, but it will still tons, of course.
Lift into the cogs, and they know that Adriano he has the side blades, unable to really capitalize though. Nice little play from Vici Gaming. Ori gets back, gets an eye on a range creep. Now he'll look to hold his wave on his ramp and really set.
Yeah, that's the power of SF with all the damage. Lane equilibrium is hard to offset the power.
And now they're going onto Bardinho.
That should be a kill.
Nice little cog kill there, but still Bane one hit away from death, and it is Ori to take it. Himself up to level 2, now max souls of course. So the way that these lanes are going, you mentioned they wanted the Tide against Lifestealer, which is what Vici Gaming get. They have this tri-lane against the Bane TA mid, which is what they get. And then they've also got a Tiny against a Beastmaster in a 1v1, which feels, again, like Tiny is going to come out of this really nicely on top. So Vici Gaming, across the board, in my mind anyway, have all of the setups that they would like, and it's all going reasonably well.
Yeah, Tiny, even with a toss into a tower there, dealing some good damage to Leposa. Really setting himself up for success here. I agree. It's definitely not a bad lane setup for Vici, but the Lifestealer versus Tide is not a horrible matchup. He can definitely farm quite a lot there. It's just that Tide will also get farm. A Lifestealer with close to free farm can be a powerhouse.
Bosa tries. He does, I guess, succeed in dragging out the wave and getting himself some experience once he respawns. But he can't go for a TP here. Thanks to Battery Assault and Telekinesis ready. So down the Beastmaster goes. And we'll see how this creep wave actually ends up. Maybe a little cheeky pull.
Top. They're trying to kill the Tide Hunter, see if they can, but he's just gonna TP out.
Yeah, have fun with that.
He needs to a tower with pretty much no HP, so he needs the courier to deliver something. Else he's gonna be quite low and easy to kill with second goal here.
Munching on tangos all game long. Fenrir finds a stack being made here, so TA is being set up for by the Bane. Bardinho starts things off, but with Clockwork realizing this, is there a way to get some vision down or to play aggressively into these camps to stop or contest the TA?
I think
too much done.
The risk is higher than the reward for that in general. Tide Hunter gonna go down this time. Like I said, didn't have enough regen, and the second goal gets you. It's quite hard. You can go there whenever the Ancients are being taken, but the medium camp that he also stacked is not really worth running there to contest, but definitely worth farming for 4DR. It's basically just the fallback mechanic of PA, and it takes forever to run there as a mid-hero, so you basically just go there with heroes and try to
create a bit of chaos.
Yeah.
So it looks like Fenrir is stacking up his own side of the jungle here. Yeah, Shadow Fiend, a little stack as well. Out on that one though, the Rubik unfortunately not quite connecting with it. Sleep animation, a little bit bugged there. Lanham on this Rubik with a double damage rune moving in towards mid. Brianna does have to be careful on this TA, even with refraction level 2.
The gank tank.
Now come in to catch the Bane inside the cogs. You go, Bardinho, trapped inside with a raise or two. Maybe they get this kill, but no. Turn back around with the Enfeeble now onto Lanem. Ori has no mana. 8-1 charges left to go with a couple of raises as well. But he wants the refraction to burn out. Adriano's been baited in, but can he get himself out with a Fairy Fire? Looks like he might just be able to until Fenrir. Oh, the cogs pushes him back and not in. The trees kept the TA alive.
Yeah, they stay alive. He is forced away from the lane, though. He's going to have to run all the way back to hit base, heal up. Meanwhile, SF is going to stay on the lane. They were thinking about going over and trying to contest the stacks right there with SF. But again, staying on the lane is probably more worth for all. Looking at the other lanes a little bit again, though. Tiny, 28 for 13. Beastmaster, 14 for...
I was just looking at where the Beastmaster was, and he's here, behind his tier 1, 1v1ing a Clockwork. Because he can't go to lane against the Tiny.
The Tiny is just monstrous right now, and this is what happens. Like the first time that I laned Brewmaster against Tiny, I'm like, sure, I should win this, right? And nuh-uh. Tiny, man. He is such a strong solo laner. Like,
well, Shadow Fiend, all these souls.
They're trying to Sideblade, missed it.
Still survives.
Mostly just messing with SF more than anything. I don't think their kill potential is that good with a level 3 TA.
And a Bane with a 101 build.
Yeah, I really feel he has to start running into jungle and farming on TA because it's not going to work. He's staying on the lane and his support is kind of taking experience as well. He needs levels to recover. Tide, just running with his friend here. Chunka and Tide.
Holding hands in the jungle. Picnic time.
The lore. Best friend.
BFF. Friends.
No.
Fuck you, Tide.
She'll kill you.
He's got 1 TP.
Yeah, he's holding his torrent though.
Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't X torrent, did he?
He just X'd him back. He's not gonna fall for that one. He's trying for the hard body blocks here. He's doing it. Doing it.
Godlike
He's
player.
like, let me through.
Nice Infest as well. Gets the extra damage they needed.
A little magical burst damage towards the end. Very useful for picking. That was a well-executed kill.
What is that now? The Tide Hunter. 2 of the deaths here.
And he's
three.
not doing too well against this Lifestealer. So this is... They voluntarily picked the Tide Hunter into a Lifestealer, feeling like that's a good matchup for them. But I've recently experienced it as well, where my hard carry in the qualifiers told me a lot. Just pick me Lifestealer. I don't care about Tide. It's not an issue. I wasn't too sure about it, but I've been proven wrong that I thought Tide was good against them or decent. It's like not a horrible matchup for Tide, but it's definitely not as good as you may think.
Yeah, usually you think, melee against melee, anchor smash.
You can rage off the anchor smash.
And you buy natural one buying now as well with the mango into double branch builds. Very good as they TP in mid. Nice cogs. He's gonna trap the TA. Fiend will stay alive.
Level
as
1
the
slow
retreat
has no range.
Is Lanham okay? Core, he's got another X into... He's got an Urn. This Kunkka has X, Torrent, Urn, but the Porsa unable to really do too much here to save the Kunkka as the single raise, no double. Launched the long range, didn't get the medium as Beastmaster's now the one to be trapped inside the cogs. Bane arrives. 1 by 1, just heroes filtering in. They don't know if this is a party or a battle or what's happening, but they'll be greeting the Valkyries in Valhalla in a sec if they don't walk away from this.
It's a gathering, that's for sure. Everyone is just kind of converging at this point. What are we fighting for? We don't know! Maybe
my sign says something!
Maybe the rune in 20 seconds, and then it won't stop anyway.
Oh, nice play, Lanham. Is he dead to the... No, he's fine. Fine.
Yeah.
God.
Gonna be just fine. Meanwhile, finally TA is like, okay, I'll get to try and get my level 6. Of course, heading towards level 7. Not a massive advantage, though, with all the babysitting they've been doing. However, the other lanes are going... Safe lane, at least, going really good for Vici. 60 CS already at minute 8. Tiny. Really flying ahead.
Level 9 up on him already. 4.3k net worth.
He's looking big.
The up to. Blink. Tier 1 taking a bit of a battering there. We're looking for the mid lane Kunkka. He arrives though, half HP. Refraction popped, but no plays to be made. The rest of his team is clearing out jungle camps here. Ori try and capitalize on what his supports have been up to the past couple of minutes. Stacks being taken out 1 by 1. SG, they've definitely kind of balanced this game out, slowed the pace of Vici, who looked like they were just on a absolute tear in this game, just charging at lanes, looking for kills over and over again. SG have slowed it down, made sure
they slowed it down a little bit, but now they're activating the Lifestealer. They're gonna go and try to get a gank down on bottom lane. They recognize Tiny too good of a time, free-farming too much. But now, Young 11 is under enemy tower on top. He's definitely messaging his teammates like, yo, I don't know where that skinny dude went. He's not on top lane anymore. Lifestealer is nowhere to be seen, guys.
They gone.
Like, look at what Tide is doing. He's all the way in there. For sure, they know this gank is happening. Should not be getting any value out of this.
Paparazzi hides under tower now with the supports coming in. Fenrir and Lanham, if they can get the telekinesis, the toss forward will secure it. Nice Torrent holds the clockwork back, but with the raises and avalanche, they'll get that kill. Very nicely done. So not only did they get the kill on the Beastmaster, defend their tier 1,
look at the efficient
keep the
farming as
Tiny
well.
alive. Oh,
I mean, he double stacked the camp, or double stacked the creep wave, ran and picked the bounty rune, and then he's farming it together with a hard camp. And meanwhile, his creeps are laying in on the tower. He's just getting so much done on top lane right now.
That's like lane salvaged and beyond expectations.
Oh, yes, for sure. So that was a quite costly gank. It didn't work out. Sure, Lifestealer didn't die or anything crazy like that. But I feel maybe that was an unnecessary move to sacrifice so much for what was not super likely to work.
Yeah.
You have to be extremely quick when you go for that. Because Tide is just going to run up top. That's the benefit of a brave offlaner who doesn't carry feet, right? He has 3 deaths, but he's not scared. He's still going there, and that gives the information that, okay, they're not here, guys, because I'm not dead.
Where could they be? Oh, they're ganking my Tiny? Well, it looks like they are ganking your Tiny. This time, stuck around a little bit too long. Paparazzi tries to turn and burn, but...
I'm surprised he doesn't TP. He could just TP out, but I guess he feels no threat here. He recognizes that they cannot kill me.
Oh, look, another X into Torrent. How will I ever survive?
Oh, no. My poor level 10.
Is he just walking away from this? This is dangerous, surely. Bane is here. Stick charges to go. Paparazzi. Yeah. Oh, dear Lord.
God. It hurts.
Anyway, he doesn't have another tree. They can't toss it back onto Bardinho. Top lane. Battle brewing, maybe. No. Lifestealer and Beastmaster back away from 3 heroes making their way in. But Fenrir middle lane traps himself inside the cogs with a TA, unfortunately.
Farming
his own design.
Farming the cogs before the timeout as well. Getting all the value farm. 20 gold each, you know? Gotta get that farm.
This pushing. To be a Lifestealer. Armlet's here. Seems he likes the treads. Lifestealer tanked up
Treads
against...
on Lifestealer are not that uncommon. I'm much more on board with that than on Juggernaut.
Yeah, okay.
Because Lifestealer does benefit quite heavily from that increased attack speed.
And against nuke damage from SF Tiny.
Exactly.
Being a little bit tankier.
It's quite a few things that makes it just feel natural for him. Obviously slightly worse at chase. Trying again onto this poor Tide Hunter. Gonna roar him this time.
He sure is dead, Wagga.
Yep, he sure is dead. They got him.
How many times is that? 4? 4 out of the 6 now.
Well, I mean, some games playing offlane is not the most grateful thing you could be doing, but at least Tiny and SF are having a good game, so you need to be compassionate and learn empathy and especially taking happiness from others. You know, good game. That is essential.
So reverse of Schadenfreude then.
Yes, definitely. Which we do have a word for in Swedish as well. It's an important word, of course. Every language should have a word for it.
In English, we don't. We have to steal German words and stuff like that. We're useless. The Germans are very pragmatic when creating words. Word A plus word B equals word A plus B.
Yeah,
very good.
Good way to do it. That's how Japanese works quite a bit as well. Bottom, they're pushing up on this tier 1 tower. Of course, Lifestealer is doing the same on top lane.
Top lane, they're smoking in onto Young 11 again.
Yeah, they're like, any more of that watermelon left?
Hey, Tide, you want to die again?
Oh no, they're TPing in. This could be punishing.
Link Ravage as well. Paparazzi's in with a toss and down he goes. The torrent's too late.
I thought they saw that TP, but I guess not really. He TP'd into the tree line. Despite them having both a ward, a trap, and standing around the trees, he actually found a spot where he could TP without them seeing him. So he could not rage in time for that. That was a very good kill.
A big Ravage in from Young 11. And the blink from Tiny, the debut of it, looking very, very good, but
looks like Tiny
not done.
Tiny is going to go for the same build that Young 11 is also going for, pretty much. Going for a Blink into Echo Saber. He has not picked the talent yet. Interesting that he's holding that already, or still on level 12. So valuing getting a few points in tree grab.
I mean, this game, how do you feel about the 30 damage over the magic? Because it doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
in this game, I feel it's better to probably go for a damage because there's not that much magic resistance or magic to be resisted. But in the previous game, I was quite TA going in with the Blink. You know, Tide never scared.
He don't care. He's got a medallion. He's chasing TA.
He doesn't even have his Ravage, so what's the point of living anyway? Just going in.
Who are they catching? Is the Bane? Oh, no way. Is the Bane escape? Slides past the Clockwork. They do catch it onto the Beastmaster, though. Shadow Amulet not saving him this time. Down he goes. Tier 1 top. Looks like it might just be forfeit as Vici Gaming grouping up as 5.
Axes are quite nice to steal as Rubik, since they improve your damage dealt to the target from you. And if you steal them later on in the game when you have a lot of points in null field, if you Axes first and then Fade Bolt, the Fade Bolt is going to do a lot of damage. It actually buffs up any form of damage that you deal subsequently. Nice little thing.
Big. What are we looking at now? Push top, hardcore, SNY on Shadow Fiend. Creating a line here, standing on the very edge of that tower range.
This is the tower range, guys.
Do not walk further forward. Please.
Mind your step.
Mind the gap. Flashes. Pop into heads. SG taking control of this Radiant jungle, getting some great wards down. Their vision game has been incredibly strong. As they look for these choke points.
They also have the traps up now, so there's going to be plenty of vision. The Hawk, traps, and then good wards planted as well. They're going to see everything, but hopefully they can read the fact that they're ganking from behind. And Clockwork hooks onto an illusion. They're comboing it.
Oh, they're going to combo Clockwork.
Oh, onto SM? No.
Are we going to be able to wind up a Requiem here? They've got Ravage on Young 11, but there's an Infest going back into the little old guy as they do jump out, hitting the Ravage though. Young 11 lands into the left of the now already forced to use the Requiem, but the Torrent comes through. The Ola Core now, the turnaround for Paparazzi though. Does he get the damage in? Not quite. Possibly and Adriano both alive. TA and Lifesteal are starting to turn and burn.
TA out of mana though, can't really fight.
No refraction, no nothing. Has a Blink Dagger, but nothing left really to give here. Is another Blink Toss. Paparazzi's gone in too deep. He tried to get a kill. Maybe they can herd him away with Young 11 and land him arriving. The armor toggle, not good enough. Now the Avalanche back into the toss, takes out another one. Vici Gaming.
Young 11 started from the bottom. He's doing well now.
They were towing the line top lane on that tower aggro range, but that fight was so close to tipping over to SG just, snapping back and getting a couple of extra kills.
Sure, and that was a really unfortunate fight to take because looking at, of course, I'm always biased, looking at 4DR on the TA, didn't have any mana to take the fight, could not use refraction in the fight, and that's, honestly, if you're completely out of mana on TA, you don't do much. You know, normal Psyblade auto attacks are not that impressive, and if she attacks Tide when she doesn't have a refraction up or meld, it doesn't really do anything. So,
especially not with like Blink first, right?
It hurts. It hurts a lot for them that now they lost Lifestealer again. He's died twice now, despite having a really, really strong start. He's starting to fall a little bit behind.
Tide Hunter's catching up. Crimson, Solar Crest, sorry, is fully done on him.
Great item in this.
Absolutely huge.
Just marvelous. He needs a halberd as well.
Spectacular. Well, it feels like Vici Gaming knows what's up. One mid-hero showing Adriano's the TA there, giving a glimpse of what's to come. But
the smoke reveal.
X onto X. X onto X.
No, he didn't use it in time.
Back all the way towards the tier 1. They will find the Rubik here, but the hook shot coming through allows Lanham to get the rage off, stolen from Costabile. Now look at the telekinesis in onto the big old target. Is the TA cleared up, destroyed, and Vici Gaming not only defend their side of the map, but we're talking about the momentum of this Lifestealer shifting and getting slower. This TA feels like maybe going the same way.
This is probably going to spell out Roshan as well. And we were talking about this very interaction right there. I don't think Rubik knows about it, because then, or the Kunkka knows about it, because then he would have activated it much faster there. Because he tried to set up an entire combination while the enemy is already X-marked. Whereas if he just activated X immediately, Clock would have been at least forced to hook backwards there to get out. That was a cute little play for Vici Gaming, and they got a beautiful kill. Roshan is there, his Aegis in the hands of SF.
Paparazzi. You okay? He's all alone down here, but Lifestealer Bane unable to really face up against him. And you were mentioning the Paparazzi going for the same build that...
He mixed it a little bit, though. He did go for magic resistance, which in this game I disagree with.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, eh?
Yeah, because in this game I don't feel like there's that much magic damage. There's pure damage from the Bane. I mean...
Honka is like...
There's really not much magical, you know? It's Beastmaster Roar, Fiend's Grip, Honka spells, and then the Outfest. So
the Outfest.
Yeah. So, and that's it. TA traps should be mentioned.
True.
TA traps are... Okay, they actually hurt quite a bit. And especially onto Tiny, they deal. Oh, Tiny. I get stunned up.
Well, that's his first death of the game.
Well, everyone has to die sometime, you know.
Only a Lifestealer.
Yeah, only Lanham is the one who died this game. 0-0-10. He's still an agent.
Big brain Lanham. I'm telling you.
Equations. What's going on in this guy's mind?
Exactly what's up. Teal Core being eyed up here, but
still not trusted to draft again.
Are they going to try and go in onto this Kunka? They've been spotted coming in.
They saw the SF, so they could probably feel like there's something going on here. And this rune is not going to get...
Still a nice edge of the map here being kind of carved away. You get a bit of farming space, a few camps here and there, but it's the 5-man from Vici Gaming, you know, with this Aegis lasting for another 3 minutes. Another Ravage is ready. They've got every ultimate plus a BKB for Shadow Fiend. It really is one of those timings where you're just like, boys, let's just go and do something.
Yeah.
SG don't have the tools to deal with us. Let's run at them a little bit. Let's put the sweat on, you know?
However, SG are already getting a tier 2 bottom. They're getting the better end of this trade so far. They are going to most likely be forced back onto a high ground, but Beastmaster is doing a great job just spamming out his axis and trying to clear. They have to be careful about any form of catch, though. Sokka's cooldown on hook, though. EA, look at that, already prepping with the traps. Of course, traps actually scale retroactively, which means that once you hit level 18, the traps you have are going to work.
Lifestealer may have overstepped his bounds a little bit here with the rage wearing off. Young 11 thinking about the Ravage maybe, but he's X-marked back into the boat. Lifestealer will survive for now.
though, getting cheeky.
Adriano, do you have a blink? No, the Ravage will catch. And now, out of refraction charges, out of HP, and out of chances. Dead for 50 seconds.
She was too cheeky trying to do something onto Rubik there, who quickly stole the meld and melded himself. So she couldn't actually do much more.
Big brain Lanham.
Yeah, and having a 600 range, or actually 550, I guess, range meld is quite good. Not a bad spell to have for Rubik. Every single trap that, or every single spell that TA has, quite nice for Rubik, in fact. The refraction.
I'm alive. Just being able to survive a little bit longer.
Exactly. Two of the spells provide amazing survivability, and the third is just map control.
He's
just hiding.
Put it on a little bit. Smoking again with this Lifestealer bomb. Shadowblade forward from the Beastmaster. But the Radiant scan this again.
Oh,
Vici just seem to have a read on this game.
And they have a great understanding. Yeah, they have a great read on where their opponents are moving when they don't see them. You know, we talk about the vision that Beastmaster and TA provides, and that's nice and all. But being able to actually understand where the enemy should be moving, where they are at this very moment, even when you don't have vision on them, that is, you know, one of the true skills in Dota, to read like that.
Delves mid lane. Of course, that mid-tier 1 would have been a super sweet little pickup for SG. Gaming holding on to it for as long as they can.
Or any pickup. When you're playing Bane and Beastmaster, you want to see these pickoffs work, right? You want to get these ultis going. They haven't been able to do so the same way they did in the previous game. And that's despite the fact that there's not really any save on Beach. Last game, they tried to save with the disruption. This game, they're like, screw it. We're just going to play our own game. If you guys have a combo, cute.
We'll save with Ravage.
Yeah, exactly. We'll turn it around.
Yeah, if we're going to save someone, it'll be through aggression, not through defense.
Definitely not pacifists, the Vici squad. going fight you.
Also, do you consider this?
Lan.
Sneaky little bastard on it.
Like, I'm invisible. I can't die. They don't actually have any detection. The courier is so far away.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? He can even slap the Beastmaster and go invis again here. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna slap him again? No, he just takes one step.
Goodness.
The courier has to... Come on, guys. Send some detection.
No.
Come on. The
Coming.
courier is just literally on a holiday.
Nothing coming.
All right.
Lanham just
Lanham.
1v3s. Oh, the chase. Blinked away from Fenrir. Don't know if they can catch in onto this TA anymore. She looks pretty out of there.
Meanwhile, they bought 3 sentries on the courier. It's coming out now. But Lanham is long gone. Long nerds.
Who spent that money?
Enjoy your sentries.
God, Kunka just all of his money on Sentry.
Boy.
He's done. He's had it.
He can't manage, you know. Fiscal irresponsibilities is what we have here. This is just, you know, it's too late.
I mean, they don't teach you this kind of stuff in school.
Yeah.
Paying bills and all of this nonsense. Forgetting to buy sentries and then paying more for
Exactly.
sentries later on down the line.
I wish my teacher had taught me something about buying sentries and when not to buy them.
Preemptive purchase. The investment that you've been waiting for. PA keeps clearing out this bottom lane, looking for that BKB, which Piano is closing in on. Vici Gaming, Tiny, waiting for that Daedalus to be completed. Not too far off it, but feels a little bit weird that Vici kind of waited through the Aegis, waiting through a few of these little items coming. Is there a big key moment we're waiting here for them, or it's grouping up now to go and make a play, actually?
The Scotty is really big for Shadow Fiend. Like, once you have that, the Lifestealer is gonna really struggle to come online, and they're also trying to wait up the Daedalus. So yes, in a way, they're waiting for key timings before they want a high ground. And high ground was really only the thing that they could force. Every time they went for a tier 2 tower, SD was really good at trading, and they did it again on mid lane. Trying to get a catch. See if it works.
Lifestealer Rage TP.
Everyone get out.
Double. Shadow
Yes, of
Blade
course.
Beastmaster and the other
Force.
core force over to the high ground, but Tiny's there. They will lose one. Tier 2 did fall though. The catapult helped out
Oh,
significantly
God.
there. Old Beastmaster.
Rubik with Infest.
Oh really?
That's an interesting spell. Not very common to see that one stolen. He gets in. He's in the car. That's a slow car though. More of a skateboard. Tiny's here going. Look at him. You know, you get in the automobile, you're like, oh, time to gank, and then you look at Tiny. He's like, yep.
Does Tiny not get...
Soon?
He does. He's even
No.
got the drum swiftness sword.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
still so slow.
Yeah, it's just, he doesn't get the bonus movement speed from
From-
Grow anymore, and that made a big difference.
You're
The
right.
poor lad has 0 agility, you know. You need to be an agi hero these days, and then have the main attribute bonus.
That's why we see so much SNY, Manta, Butterfly on Tinys nowadays.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rubik has been enjoying himself in there for a long time now.
Well, he can't die inside of Tiny.
That
right?
is true. If he wants to keep his 0 death,
Is he still on 0?
yeah, he can just stay inside here.
Perfect plan, perfect plan. In they go. Down goes the Beastmaster. One more hit from the Flying Tree will get it as the other core throws out the boat, but he's trapped inside the cogs. Paparazzi will make short work of the Kunka. And SG sets up for bottom lane high ground push. Vici Gaming about mid lane.
They do push pretty fast, but I mean, mid is obviously going to be taken much faster. And I'm keeping home though. They're gonna go defense.
They don't have creeps mid.
Oh, they're thinking about fighting, but you never want to fight a Tide like that. He has a Solar, he has a Plate Mail. They think better of it. Meanwhile, Constability is actually staying around. Might try and push one more wave there.
But yeah, losing a couple of heroes. Not losing any HP on your towers though. 40R. Hello, SF.
40R really wishes he got to level 18 because he needs those traps to be strong enough to clear a creep wave, which they currently aren't. He has to use 2 traps to bring down a wave. So long time to set up enough traps for that. Once he gets it though, you can really pin the enemy in their base quite effectively. Yes.
G not used any real ultimates in the previous fight.
The
Hook
thing
shot
is
off cooldown again.
The thing is, keeping them trapped in their base is still not going to do that much if the enemy are out farming you, right? Tiny is looking monstrously farmed. Christ, he hasn't queued up an assault sphere. I don't feel like you care if you get roared or fiend script. You just need armor against Lifesteer TA. Oh, here we go.
There's no threat of Hex.
He's going in.
They see the Beastmaster. They know he's
Oh
there.
god! He didn't even get the rage off. He just landed into Avalanche. Caught in a landslide.
A moment of silence for our fallen comrade.
Oh no, Bane.
SG Esports dying one by one. Ori will get the final raise in.
Not
but that
like this.
is a disaster of monumental proportions. Going in aggressively. You've got your team around you, but walking into the reveal, walking into the gem.
Yeah, there's a
not
gem.
raging
He just,
as the life
he
stealer.
just ran in as well. He saw two of them, and he's like, alright, I'll just keep running. Actually, he only saw one. The other guy was in this, but still.
Now you've got Aegis and
nerve.
Cheese. This is big for Gaming.
Definitely is. Definitely is. And this time, it's going to be Shadow Fiend taking the Aegis. Tiny, of course.
Vici, Admin, Maelstrom 1, both reconnecting to the game at the same time. Thinking.
Coincidence?
Not.
I
TA again, creep cutting, clearing waves, just a pesky little nuisance on this map. SG are doing a good job kind of drawing the attention of Vici Gaming, making sure that they can't just tunnel vision a big objective and say, cool, tier 3, racks, that's ours. Because they've got a double catapult wave coming in then. That's pretty damn big.
Catapult wave is something that you also can't stop with the traps, right? So they can definitely reach the base here. And this is their moment to deal some damage, I feel. Shadow Fiend does not have travels though, and is all the way up on top lane. I think he's a little bit late to the party here if they want to push mid. Tiny just throwing siege engines. That's not how they work, Tiny. God damn it.
Oh, dear me. The closer the cart is to the tower, the more damage. I don't know if you knew.
Oh, it's like Death Prophet old.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, makes sense.
So Shadow Fiend has arrived. Is that a full MKB arriving as well for Ori? Yeah, he's got everything
I believe
coming
so.
in. Fenrir has a Spirit Vessel coming through as well.
However, they have to run. No creep wave anymore. And this is why I said Shadow Fiend was a little bit late. There's not going to be a creep wave either. Traps have been...
Apparently comes down to deal with what the life stealer has been working on.
It's been killed. He had a recipe for a spirit vessel.
A
recipe for disaster.
He wasn't really that. All Lanham. Just a boar. Poor boar alone. Daedalus being built up by TA. Chrysalis already done. After that 10-second BKB, looks like she wants to be that one-hit wonder.
I like that build. It's a very exciting build to watch. And of course, Tiny has quite low armor, and he did change his mind on the Lincoln. So
nice.
He is going for the assault cuirass. Because with the status resistance, you really don't care about being disabled as long as you have a healthy amount of armor. That's really all the damage they have. EA and Lifestealer right-clicking you, Beastmaster, which is a lot of damage. Pistol.
And then you've got this SF absolutely stacked. How long do we have left? 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes 20 seconds on Aegis. So it seems prime time for Vici Gaming to go and high ground, but bot lane shoving in. They're going to try and find a catch-up on top. The TP out from Beastmaster, and now from Kunkka, potentially. Going to get away. Nice torrent. Well played.
Yeah. Stop providing any form of vision there. Probably still would have been out of range with the Rubik for lived, but SG doing a great job here because they're actually 10,000 gold behind, but they are actually pinning down Vici Gaming and stopping them from making any real advancement.
It's like, we have Aegis, let's go and do something, but there's a TA split pushing, and there's a Kunkka juking, getting away again from the Shadow Fiend as he turns to try and maybe fight here, but Mark on the Rubik not really going to accomplish too much. They do TP Lifestealer and Beastmaster in.
They kind of want to just take this fight on Vici Gaming. Any form of fight would be better.
Outside of the dire base, especially.
But it's not necessarily true.
Rip into the roar. Tiny, though, he's got free reign. He'll throw the damage in. Now Ori battering away at the Templar Assassin. Easy pickings for the Paparazzi. Tiny to pick up. And Theola Core, good torrent will catch on the two, but it's not going to be good enough. One by one.
I like how he throws the Rubik in, but the torrent stopped the Rubik midair, so he didn't get tossed all the way.
Good stuff.
Funny stop. Yeah, they got a nice little fight going for him there, and the 4DR did use his buyback already.
Yep.
That's really big.
No BKB on
Oh, he
the
didn't
TA.
activate the trap. One creep is coming. That one melee creep is all they need to take your racks, buddy.
Oh, dearie dear. In comes the double damage Shadow Fiend. Ori makes this tier 3 look like a papier-mâché model, but
God.
Lifestealer. Dear.
Life who?
Wait,
He gone.
There was a Lifestealer there, right?
No, I don't believe it. You mean the tanky strength hero?
Wait, I just need to check for a bug. Can I?
No bugs, sir.
No, I can't see where the Lifestealer is. He's just like in the ground or something? Well, there goes another lane of racks. I did.
They buried him, that's for sure. And this is not gonna stop here. They're going for everything. The whole kit caboodle, Garrett.
the whole kit and caboodle, the whole hog.
Yeah.
You're bringing out your best Tobyisms now.
Tobyisms.
Tobyisms, yep. They're my favorite. Well, it looks like it will be another lane as Lifestealer 30
They need to make
seconds.
something happen without Lifestealer. How can they do it?
5 seconds.
Oh, actually,
T8.
the backdoor protection is up. They have to get out.
Where are the creeps?
Xbox.
Crepace. Crepace, come back.
Oh, they got one kill. Got the clockwork.
But now the roar. Lanham turns it back. Steals out something juicy as well, I assume. He's got himself a nice little meld there as Young 11 being right-clicked down and critted by 4DR. So they get some consolation kills as the gem is also traded hands.
Yeah, some signs of life. They were definitely on the brink of destruction right there. And they're still in it. Staying alive in this game. Of course.
Oh, I found him. He's here now.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Look, he's looking happy like nothing ever happened.
Do not speak of this moment ever again.
With a smile like that. Believe something bad happened to him.
Nasty. Tiny 5k saved. What's SF got after Skadi? Money.
He's going money, yeah.
Money. He's got, yeah. Everyone's just going money.
He went with the build that I like quite a bit, which is a physical damage item build, but spellcaster talent. Now this might seem a little bit weird. Don't we want to specialize and do one thing only? Well, the spell amp is very high and 20 attack speed is very low. It's a little bit disproportionate. If it was more like 30 attack speed and 8 spell amp, then you could think about doing the
That is a
attack
choice.
speed. Right. And the movement speed is simply just better. There's no doubt about that. You're taking that one. Then comes the evasion. Evasion would be really strong in general. But of course, they're going to build MKBs anyway. PA almost has her MKB now. And that would just render that talent useful. I really prefer this build because now it still feels worth it to him to use his races in the fight. But his right click is also going to be very powerful at level 25.
Gives you, again, it's just one of those things, gives you options.
Yeah. I do recommend, like, the damage on 25 is still the way.
Over the CDR.
Exactly. The CDR is...
Unless you have like a Hector, E-Blade, whatever else.
Exactly. More active items, and you can maybe justify that. It's a panic and so on. You know, you can start thinking about it, but it's a lot of damage. It's 100, I believe, damage? Plenty. 108, right?
Sure, like
Putting you on the spot here.
yes. 90 plus 18.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. We did the
Very
mathematic. Do multiplication now, children.
Wow. We've gone from 1, 2, 3 to multiplications in the
Holy-
span of an hour.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Just the progress you get when you're listening to numbers with Gary Beanwaga.
Welcome to our step-by-step program.
Step-by-step guide. Find out more at wagasbootcamp.com.
Oh, nice. It's actually door2trainingcamp.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Close. Right.
No worries, man.
So SF buys a gem for his team, spends that money straight up, cash out, no problem.
That's what you do. That's what you do for friends when you have this much cash. And right now, they're sensing it, scanning it even.
man.
Lifestealer in big trouble
So
here.
big. Young 11 just walks in.
He's gonna rage.
He's gonna rage TP. Can they stop this? Doesn't look
No.
like they can.
You can't toss anymore. The rage targets or BKB targets can toss. That is a big getaway there. Fortunately for him, the Kunkka was running out and kind of revealing the Shivas and everything coming in. He may have been jumped.
Dire's bottom
Lifeline for
structures
SG there, but still for this Radiant team, with Ori still holding onto the cheese. He looks to right-click down Brian for now, but I'll clear out a bottom wave, get these creep waves back into their natural habitat, which is the Dire base. He looks to try and remedy this as much as possible. Definitely waiting around. The ping has come out right now. Young 11's like, hey, Roshan could be up feasibly, could be alive right now, and SG could be sneaking it away from us, so let's move.
Both teams are recognizing that Roshan is going to be the game decider here. There's even a refresher, and if there's a Tidehunter on one team and stuff like Beastmaster on the other, it's a massive thing. Beastmaster, however, not going to be on the other team for much longer as he gets picked off. Does have buyback, but very likely that they're gonna just play around Roche. You kind of want to force the buyback, but at the same time, Roche is just about to spawn. There it is. They get rewarded with an early spawn.
Potentially the buyback gets forced if SG feels they need to contest, right?
That's true. And taking Roche is pretty much the same as securing yourself the game here. You know, or from some very big misplace. Clockwork is the ping ping. Come here. Where's my right clickers? Tiny with DD Rune looks over to Roche. He's like, who's the better golem?
Hello.
I punch him.
Damage out. Lots.
He picks up a tree.
What is that? 559 damage?
Oh, are we on to advanced edition now?
Yeah, we sure are.
Okay, okay. Well, it changed just now. I don't have...
By DD, by tree.
Alright. Tidehunter, so happy to have that refresher in his inventory. The beautiful part is this one doesn't even cost mana.
Gorgeous.
I wonder if they should add mana cost to the refresher shard. No, I mean...
mana cost for Aegis? No, but I get what you mean. Refresher shard is...
It's really powerful, though. It doesn't cost mana. For certain heroes, you don't have the management. Oh, fighting outside base.
Lifestealer has walked into this one. Hookshot is up now, and they go back in onto the Beastmaster. And he's dead for 74. The TA trying to battle Young 11, but the G's pop X mark back into the turret now. But SG, they're running out of steam. They've caught the Lifestealer in the cogs, and he's forced to buy back immediately. The chase continues, though, as Young 11 has found Adriano. The boat will come through, but it's still a dead TA. Dead without buyback, 100 seconds, and it's over. They've called it.
She does have buyback in 18, but yeah, doesn't really matter, because these heroes...
The double ravage.
It's just the late game power here. When a Tiny gets that farmed, and SF is also really farmed, and then you have a Tide protecting them with a Shiva's Guard.
Yeah.
It is not easy to break that. So, in the end, it is Vici Gaming who are going to take this series 2-1. They did have a little bit momentary slip up in game 2, where they didn't really have any response to what SG were doing, but they proved themselves to be the victor.